What happens next created a future user of vapes.
Nice.
And that was not by smelling anything, but the mere question and answer. And that is, Dad, what are those for? Oh, this is so I can make my dragon breath. Kid's smoking tomorrow. So I've been thinking, is there any job anywhere in the world that's not about servicing people?
Whew. Not servicing people. That's a tough one. I've had the same thought where it's there's no job in the world that isn't fixing other people's fuck ups.
Okay.
Like every job is fixing a fuck up. There is no job where you almost create nothing. Yeah, and like it's not solving problems. Even like if you became a stand-up comedian, it's all like you're solving somebody having a shitty day because you're entertaining them out of having a shitty day.
Yeah.
So you're solving a problem there. I don't know, man. Like, why do you have one in mind? Because I can't think of a job that isn't.
I was going through my head, and
something.
yeah, everything offers service in some way, shape, or form to help somebody out. Even
Right.
porn. I mean, it's a mutual agreement. They're both going to feel
Yeah.
great at the end of it.
It's self-service most of the time, but
It's self-service. The
porn became once they outlawed prostitution, jacking off became self-service. It was like the gas pump when like those 1950s guys showed up, like, what the hell is this? We got to pump our own gas now?
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is bullshit.
Like porn is essentially self-Jiffy Lube.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to rotate my own tires and change my
Yeah,
oil.
at first it was looked down upon, like
Mhm.
having being a mechanic yourself and changing your own oil. But now everybody does.
Yeah. Once the people of the horse and buggy generation died off,
Yeah.
it became accepted.
Yeah. You're right though. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Because that was leading me to down the road. Because the more and more I thought about it, the more I thought the ultimate alpha individual is the only person that could ever be the person that has, hey, my job does not involve helping anybody. Basically,
Right.
Like, I don't know, like your crazy people that everybody looks at and only can try to make fun of because they're super jealous, like Dan Bilzerian or somebody like that, where it's like they could just they have the money to just be a dick. They just record their life. They don't fucking care about anything.
Right. But that's still giving like people a service because it's like you're actually giving somebody something to compare yourself to.
Exactly. So then I had
So that is a service.
yes.
Still.
So then I started thinking even further. I'm like, so you essentially have to be a narcissistic, vain asshole your entire life that's anti-social media.
Okay.
So
That's your job.
you don't have a job at that
So you're
point.
just being just being a pimple on society basically.
What
you serve no purpose.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is tense.
Well, even a pimple actually serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Like your girlfriends like to pop them.
What I'm saying is tent cities are leading the new culture that's going to wave across the world and show people how cool it is not to service anybody.
Wait, Nathan, are you trying to say that homeless people have a job but not a home?
Yeah.
Their job is just being homeless.
Yeah, they're not servicing anybody. They're just being the narcissistic assholes.
I would say different. I think they are servicing people. They are servicing in a way. They clean up the streets of cans and bottles.
Yeah.
They get scrapped that
They're
way.
sucking dick
They
for drugs.
also they suck dick for drugs. Like the homeless people are servicing more than you probably could have ever
why
imagined.
did sucking dick for drugs take off when you can't just munch box for drugs? Like, you never hear that term.
You
being
never
thrown
hear
out.
that. That never happens.
Like, why
there's never a there's never a lady drug
Hey,
dealer just
we're
like,
allies.
eat my box.
We're allies here. Why are
Yeah.
people not just going down there and eating scrum, trying to get their next hit?
Right. Honestly, yeah, I'm surprised there aren't more female drug dealers. That seems like an easier way to get drugs around.
It's an
You already got a
equal
built-in pocket.
opportunity employment center. I mean, all
Yeah.
it accepts all types. Why can't we
Yeah,
get this?
there is literally there's no qualifications need to be met in order to be a drug dealer. Anybody can be a drug dealer.
Anybody can. Like, hey, you just bought drugs off your drug dealer. Guess what? With those drugs you have, you now can be a drug dealer.
It's just you got to get in the supply chain. As long as
Well-
you're in it, you're good.
Hear me out. Is the drug dealing business looked down upon because they say it's illegal, and the only reason it's illegal is because it is the world's best fucking pyramid scheme in the world?
Right. It really is. It basically is the Amway of drugs. That is all.
It's like the
drugs
the
are.
government realized, they're like, hey, government. The government.
Pablo
comes in.
Escobar was just Costco before Costco.
Pablo Escobar got in early, okay? He was like number 2 behind. There's one person maybe above him that gave him the idea, and he's like, but once you start getting people under you, man, those profits are endless.
Once you get a street team going, man, you're going to sell so much product.
We'll be able to touch you, man. Because 14 people down is the mayor.
Yeah, all you do is you just change your name to something cool. You get a cool username. Drug dealers just invented usernames, if you actually think about it. Before the internet came around, they had usernames.
That is true, and they're
El
still
Chapo.
doing it.
Yeah, they're still doing it, man.
Oh, man.
Pinky.
The cartels are just like, all right. Are cartels...
That's just their AIM names.
I was going to say cartels are random name generators for, like, awesome shit.
For sure. I bet you they still use AIM to communicate, like drug dealers. Nobody's checking AIM anymore. They're probably still using that to get deals done.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, they got the fucking instant messenger up, rocking that shit.
Age, sex, location.
ASL, baby. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm surprised there aren't more female drug dealers, though. It would make more sense. Honestly, let me ask you this. If you were to go buy drugs, not that you ever would, Nathan, you're an upstanding citizen, but if you were, would you be more scared to walk into a drug dealer's house that you know is a man, or be more scared that it's a woman who deals drugs?
At this point, because you don't hear of it, I would say a woman, because for the fact
She's
of
done
shadows,
some shit.
They're in the shadows. You don't fucking know.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, you ever watch those like documentaries about like the underworld crime syndicates and stuff, and they're always like bandanaed up and glasses. You can't see them at all.
Mm-hmm.
For all we know, those are all women.
It could be, yeah, because
They
their
say
voices
he,
are
they
all
could-
modulated and shit.
Yeah, but they say he and stuff. I'm pretty sure they could be misgendering. Those TV people aren't supposed to even know who they are, so they could be misgendering. They don't know.
What does she sound like if you digitally cut off the S? Oh, it sounds like he. Wow.
Wow, crazy.
Wow. No,
They really are protecting those identities, man. No, it's like when you see a white guy in a gang, you know, that old like stereotype that like a white guy in a gang, like he's the craziest one probably because he had to do something to earn their respect. Like I think that's why I would be more scared of a chick drug dealer.
Yeah.
Because that lady's done some shit.
Yeah, like fucking Carol Baskins, man, fed her husband to a tiger. They've done some shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's not they're not on the up and up at all. There is some wacky shit going on. That's like that show Weeds. They tried to make that house mom
that's
like she
right.
sold weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's just a good cover. That's a good front. Bored Housewives, man, they start getting into nefarious things.
Yeah, it's like basically the Real Housewives of whatever city they're in.
Yeah, they did, but bored rich housewives just start doing shit like that. It's like that story we covered years ago at this point about that lady who was cosplaying as a homeless person during the day. She would just go sit on the corner, but then she'd go hop in an Escalade and go up into the hills at the end of the day. Like, they're just bored. So I guarantee you there's some ladies who are really into drug dealing.
I feel like that's the next logical step. After watching so many murder documentaries, like, you know what? I can get away with all of this now.
Yeah. Oh, I know all the ins and outs.
Mhm.
Also, like, all those housewives are on so many medications, it sounds like. Every time you hear about them, like, if you watch one of those, like, love triangle shows or
Mhm.
anything about, like, housewives that end up committing crimes, they're on so many
Now,
pills. So, like, they're just getting free scripts
exactly.
and
I was
just
going
going
to
and
say
selling them.
they're funding their business at cost and then doubling
Yeah.
prices from there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, their insurance is covering everything. You know, their husband's like super nice insurance is just paying for it all. You know,
Mhm. That's like what do they call that? It's like
tax evasion.
it's
That's what that's called, Nathan.
sure. I'm gonna put my money down in the Bahamas now. Which
yeah,
is
I don't know what it's called. What
which
you're trying to
I
think
never
of.
thought about it. You know, because they always say, "Hey, do you have a bank account overseas?" All this weird shit.
Oh yeah,
Remember before DraftKings, there was like was it called Bovada or something? There's some
Bet DSI or something.
no there was something really shady where you could go, hey, you put some money down in the Cayman Islands, then you can play on this website. You can gamble with that money. Like you were straight
They
up
probably stole
sending
so much money.
and it was just like, what the fuck is going on? And then they're probably sending it back clean and be like, hey, sweetie, here, go pick up some more Percocets.
Right. Dude, there like so many before that's probably one reason why they legalized betting in so many places because there was so much money just getting funneled into like really shady shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens with all things that are really illegal. Is like it just gets funneled into even shadier shit.
Yeah. Next thing you know, Dubai's huge.
Yeah, next thing you know, they're building buildings just to see how tall they can get them.
They
We have all this money, I guess we'll see. I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
build this building to act like the wacky waveable inflatable arm tube man whenever wind shows up.
You're right. I can't wait for some of those buildings because they're all on sand. It's eventually they're all just gonna shift. Like that's gonna look like Mad Max at one point, like buildings just tilted and like falling over and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dubai's gonna look like just completely abandoned, and it's just gonna be like you can go there and play like paintball and shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are gonna be some awesome movies that are based out of like a desolate Dubai.
Yeah, dude. Once all the oil's gone, that country's gonna be in hurt.
It'll look like a Sarlacc pit opens and just swallows the fucking city.
They should nuke it. They don't even like wait for the collapse. They're just like, we're just gonna end it for everybody.
Oh, you don't want to put too much radiation in that area. There's a certain country that likes to take over irradiated areas.
Yeah. What if like when you move to Dubai, you have to sign a like contract that just says, "Hey, we have a suicide pact here. Like once things go south, the whole city up, it's gone." Well, can we leave? Well, you can't. I can though. Like I own the bomb. Of course I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. I got to get to a good place with reception, namely another country.
Right. Like a modern country.
Yeah, I'm up in Cologne.
I always love those videos of those guys in Dubai. They're just like driving around. I love it. Everybody drives a
stupid
Mercedes
car.
Benz over there. They all drive, but like even the poor people, like what I could assume when I say poor, I mean poor relative to the fucking
Yeah,
like
those
oligarchs over there.
Poor peons that only make $150K a year.
Yeah, yeah, but they're driving like white Mercedes Benz,
Yeah,
and then they're
garbage.
like on the interstate, and they're just fucking like have their sandals or something on the like pavement as they're like someone's driving, and they're like just like running alongside the car or like
Yeah.
having their shoes slide. They're pavement skiing, dude.
Yeah, it's great.
Like,
You watch
that's how
them drive.
rich they are.
You watch them drive their Mercedes, and then they have a ample supply of rocks to stone the car next to them because it's an Audi, and they
Yeah.
can't be bothered.
Right. You're not wrong, dude. It's crazy. But I think isn't it like Mercedes Benz just like Ford over there, so they just have all these like cheap access
Yeah.
to like cheap ones
It's like
that?
yeah, they have different models, so it's completely different. It's like over in Germany. I remember Helga telling me that I went to college. She was from Germany, and she's like, "No, Audis are shit there." Like I'm not. She just flat out said, "What
Yeah.
you view as like a Kia Sorento is an Audi." Because you get such a low base model. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Kia Sorento is a fucking prestigious car.
Now, this was 2006.
Right. Well, it is funny because, like, Americans have such an infatuation with foreign cars. So do other countries have the same infatuation with our foreign cars? Because our cars are foreign to them.
Yeah, there's certain
So
ones
do
like
they,
Mustangs. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the yeah.
Mustangs.
But, I mean, do they, like,
Camaros.
get hard for a Ford Explorer? Like, they're like, whoa.
Dude, check out these 4x4s.
Have you seen this Expedition? Whoa.
Yeah.
Ford Bronco, that never died over here. We've had them for years.
No, but that the Ford Bronco when it came back sold like gangbusters across seas, man. I guarantee
it rules.
Well, it rules, and I guarantee you, OJ sponsored all of the Broncos over there. You need to get away for a while? Get a Bronco.
Yeah, ride the Bronco.
I mean, there's so many great
Saddle
commercial
up, partner.
Yeah, there's so many great
Broncos
commercials
here.
you could do with OJ and a Bronco.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I wonder if dude. I'm gonna.
And he's just
there's
driving
probably
around
no
with this
way.
book that said, "If I did it."
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty sick if he did a Bronco commercial.
Well, it'd be really cool, but Ford's, I have a feeling, a bunch of prudes about this.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, they're not cool.
They're not realizing that, hey, actually, we'd hit our women demographic if we got a probable murderer driving our vehicle,
Yeah.
being as that's their whole demo right there, is learning how to
Right.
kill people.
How long? Okay, so that happened in what year did OJ do that?
OJ?
Or what year was the trial? I shouldn't say. He was acquitted. I can't say that legally on this podcast.
Yeah, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. It was 97, 96?
Yeah. Yep. 95.
Oh.
Or 94 is when it started. It didn't end until 95. It was over a year long trial. Goddamn.
Yeah, they're like, maybe
so-
his hand will shrink in a year. Maybe.
Right. Yeah. So like when the Ford Bronco came back in like 2020, I think, right?
Yeah.
Is when it made it come back.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I thought maybe they're waiting for like 20 years. I was just wondering how long you have to wait before like murder accessories can make a comeback. Yeah.
There was a statute of limitations for the vehicle to be brought back.
Honestly,
All
I'm
right.
going to say this. Ford's racist.
Yeah.
They got rid of the car because a black man was accused of a crime, which he did not commit according to the court of law.
Yeah.
And they got rid of that car. That's racist. But, like, mobsters used their cars for years in order to take bodies out to the fucking desert in Nevada, and you never heard anybody getting
No,
upset
you just
about
heard the
that.
companies go, "Hey guys, we need to make the trunks bigger."
Look how roomy the trunks are. Look. I just got
We
a
shrank
call
the
from the
cabin.
Gambino
and
crime family.
We expanded out they put out the El Camino to help them. It's like a truck car. You just throw them in there.
These guys. Listen. These Italian gangsters aren't gonna drive trucks, okay?
Mhm.
They're not rednecks yet. We haven't created those yet. So they want a car, but they want a truck. So we gotta meet them halfway.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the Gambino crime family calling up Ford, be like, "Yo, make the trunks bigger." I need they're the reason boat cars existed for a long time.
They had their hand on the development of the Cadillac DeVille for sure.
Yeah.
It's like half the
Dude,
car
if you-
needs to be the trunk.
Yeah, if you don't think like gangsters from Chicago and New York were going to Detroit and designing cars back then, you're lying to yourself. They were running everything.
Capone's going up there. Hey, so sometimes my wife and kid, we just fuck around and we put a little pallet down in the trunk and we have a sleepover.
Yeah.
So can we all fit in here?
Yeah. Could you put, I don't know, 4 full-grown people in sleeping bags in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But I'm telling you we just proved that Ford's racist because they got rid of that car because of OJ.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But are they more racist than Disney? That's the question.
I'm gonna say that's a hard no.
No, you call no on that one?
Yeah. Disney's pretty bad.
Yeah, I like how they're trying to be woke now. Did you see that story about the the cheerleading team that was like part of like a?
Oh, the cuties?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Was that was Netflix?
Yeah,
wasn't it?
but
Not
no.
Disney. I don't remember. That would have been funny though. No, there was a cheerleading team that was part of some kind of parade that Disney was putting on. I'm guessing at one of their theme parks,
Hmm.
and they're from Texas, and I guess like their school mascot has to do with Native Americans. I don't know I don't remember what the name.
A lot of them
they're
did,
like
yeah.
the Braves. Yeah, but they're like the Braves or something. Something like that. But their school chant, like for their fight chant, is involves them talking
Scalping?
about scalping.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. And Disney was quickly like, we do not support this, and we made a bad decision, and we did not vet this good enough." And it's like, I love how the turnaround. I was like, you guys made Pocahontas. Like, have you rewatched that recently?
Mm.
It's not flattering. Also, Peter Pan.
I was gonna say
what
Peter
makes the
Pan's.
red man red?
Well, that would be
Yeah, opium. No,
Chief Wiggum.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
yeah, no, yeah, but yeah, it was just. I was like, damn, it's funny to see Disney backpedaling all the time now. I don't think they can backpedal fast enough to keep up with the shit they've done over the years.
No, and not to. Yeah, and old Walt Disney has his own skeleton closet. Yeah. But
Yeah, it's full. Like that thing's full. It's the size of it's a small world after all.
yeah,
the
it's
size of his
great.
closet.
What you really need to do to avoid racism is just have a giant collection of jaundiced people like The Simpsons, and then it's like, hey, they're all kind of sickly. We're good.
Right. Until they
Until they made a
until
poo.
until they made a poo or Lenny. No, Carl.
Carl,
Sorry, Carl.
yeah.
I always get
Lenny
those.
has jaundice
it-
too.
Everybody gets those two guys confused, right?
No,
Like
because
I always flip them all the time.
well, they're always at the bar together. But yeah,
You're right. That's why. Yeah. That is one of the funniest running jokes in that series is like them just going, maybe this is why people think we're gay. They're just always pulling that out of nowhere. It's a good one.
yeah. But oh man, I just can't think. There is literally no job in the world.
Wow, we're going way back.
Yeah.
We're 20 minutes in, we're going
I
back.
know.
to
I'm
this
just saying.
stuff.
There's nothing out of all that though. I mean, like, hey,
No, dude.
even those characters out of those shows.
Yeah.
They're-
Well, dude, that's just the whole point of a job is just you provide a service. Like, otherwise, there's no point to it. Like, we are supposedly providing a service trying to do this podcast, but, like, nobody wants this service right now. But here we are.
Yeah.
We're still trying.
We're providing a service to the bandwidth.
Yeah. I mean, we're giving the internet company money. We're keeping Squarespace in business. You're fucking welcome. Sponsor the podcast, you fuck.
Yeah.
I'll move domains. I don't give a shit.
I don't even know what good GoDaddy.
Yeah. Oh man, that is bad. I don't want to help Danica Patrick's career, or Danica. Who gives a shit?
Patrick. I don't want to help Patrick.
I don't want to have Patrick.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's been going on, man? What else is new?
Oh,
Like,
dude.
Other than you thinking about jobs.
Fuck, dude. Went into my first official vape shop.
Oh,
Like
yeah. You're going deep down the rabbit hole.
the
You want to take the red vape or the blue vape?
Okay.
And I'll show you just how deep the rabbit hole goes.
right when you walk in, comical. Because you walk in,
You saw Morpheus guy, but he was a white dude with Morpheus glasses.
it was a white, stockier, shorter than me guy that was like walking in.
Was he jacked or just fat?
I don't know. What would you call a gnome?
A gnome? A gnome's fat.
Okay, well, there you go.
Uh,
He had the beard and everything.
Welcome to our vape shop.
Yeah, exactly.
We represent the the vape guild. The vape guild.
He looked like Gimli's dwarf cousin that got kicked out of the clan because of gigantism.
Right. He was filling the mines too much with vapor clouds. They couldn't see in the mines of Moria because they had blown fat stacks.
Yeah, like we already got smog to worry about. Now you're fucking us.
It-
Let's go.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But
Fool of a toque.
yeah, so I go in here and I know exactly what I want. So I was disposables. Where are they? Going through all this. And my favorite thing is they got everything under glass. Like, oh, these are CBDs. Well, over here they don't sell anything. It's that snake oil bullshit. So it's like,
Oh yeah, you
gross.
gotta love the snake oil CBD.
Yeah. So I'm looking at these. This guy, and I shit you not, cannot physically move without taking a rip from his rig. Like, he's cool. He solely is creating this miasma of a cloud that's going in. When I opened the door, I helped ventilate this fucking building.
Yeah, well, he's got to train, Nathan. See, he's got a show with an 80s cover band later this weekend, and he's the fog machine. So he's training his lungs
he's getting
to make
ready
all the
to
fog.
make Poison look cool when they enter the stage for the first time. All right. Yeah, baby,
dude.
they didn't talk dirty until I started blowing smoke.
Oh man! As soon as "Kickstart My Heart" comes on, I gotta blow like 40
That's
gallons
Motley
of
Crue,
smoke
but
out
yeah.
there. I know. I was just saying 80s rock. It doesn't matter at this point. That's
Every
why I kept
rose
it
has
as
its
a
thorn, man. I dramatically blow smoke out here.
Yeah. That's why it's a cover band, Nathan. They can do any song, and then
Okay.
I can't get it fucked up.
Yeah, okay, they're a cover band. They're like,
if you're
oh,
asking me to name more than one
you're
White
the
Snake
type of
song,
person,
you can
if
go
you were
fuck
singing
yourself.
a cover band song, you'd be like, all right, 80s only, and now my favorite from Uncle Cracker. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
92 still counts as the 80s. It's statistically proven. I don't know when that song came
Hey,
out
if it's
either.
under a 5, you round down. Nirvana's from the
yeah,
80s.
Yeah, it just turns into that fucking Step Brothers bit. I said 80s cover bands only, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. I forgot about that part.
Yeah,
But
it's fucking hilarious.
oh, fuck. Yeah, but no, I was trying my best, like biting the inside of my cheek because I was trying not to call him out and start dying laughing at this guy's face because
Right.
I could not die laughing more because it was a rig. So like I said, every step he took, he had to. In order to walk from
And
one
it
side
sounded
of the
like a semi going off.
that's what you heard.
They should put car horns in rigs so when you take a rig,
yeah, they sound
everybody
like
knows.
you know what? They should just call that whatever he had was an air brake. That's
Yeah.
what the fuck it was. Yeah. So he's taking his pull and being all dramatic about it every 2 steps. But then the thing that made me about shit myself laughing is in order to blow his smoke out, he, not unlike a 1880s or whenever they mined a prospector, blew his smoke out of the side, like crinkled his whole mouth to the side and
Nice, so he wouldn't blow it in your face. At least he's being. See,
No,
he has manners.
He was like half a store away from me. He did it. That's just what he does.
Oh, that's just his move.
Yeah.
That's how he looks cool.
Yeah, he's like, hey,
That's
girl.
how he differentiates himself.
Like, his mouth's going to stick on that side one time.
Yeah, he's never going to be able to move again. I'll tell you what, that's how you know somebody was extremely addicted to nicotine. Because think of how many packs of cigarettes that dude was going through a day before he switched to vaping.
Oh, yeah, he was the one that was like, I smoke 4 at a time.
Yeah, that like it's an insane amount of like if you're taking a rip every like 3 seconds, you smoked a ton before you switched. I don't know, and like those big rigs, dude. Like, you know why I don't like them? My friends have a couple of them, and when you pull on them, they crackle and pop sometimes.
Sounds
and,
like they're gonna
it'll
blow
hit
up.
your fucking tongue. Like I feel like a shock sometimes, like somebody fucking shocked my tongue. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
And then they look at you and like, it makes you feel alive, doesn't it?
Right. Also, yeah, and it's also funny because like when you take a rip from somebody's like rig who's an experienced like smoker, they have those things fucking turned up so goddamn high to give you so much smoke, and there's so much nicotine in there because most of the time it's for like people who like or who have like serious nicotine addiction. And when you take a hit, it's like you barely pull. Like you're so used to smoking a cigarette, you got to pull a little harder, to get the full, and then you pull out of that thing, and it's like instantly you're just like, ugh! Like you're just like, what the fuck? Everything's full already, and it was like 1 second,
And so,
it's overwhelming.
yeah. And
Just
it's crazy how much that happens with those rigs, though.
yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, like the pods and all that stuff they're buying. But the best part, that wasn't the best part.
Oh, the side breathing out wasn't it?
He was-
You mean That's like cutting. Also, real quick, sorry, blowing
No,
smoke out the side of your mouth, dude, is like cutting the exhaust pipe off of your car. Like you just want the exhaust to shoot
you
out a
just want it
certain way.
straight from the manifold.
Yeah,
right.
making sure it gets in your car.
Yeah, I want to smell that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But
what's the best part?
I'm biting my, like I said, the inside of my cheek, trying just to keep my distracted so I don't laugh, because this whole every step I need to puff. Like he was a little engine that couldn't. He always needed
Right.
fuel. So he's doing this. I finally get my stuff. I'm about to start ringing out, waiting for their eternally slow system, even though they have all the iPad shit, and it's just still slow as shit.
Yep.
In comes a dad with his son.
Oh no.
Whatever.
I have to ask. If it's a dad with his son, covered in tattoos, looks kind of like a metalhead, I just assume at all the times.
I mean, checked on both. How'd you know?
Oh my god, dude. I know stereotypes rule. Just know that from this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick. Nathan says one thing of a location, and I can pick out what that person looks like.
See,
okay?
I like this story, though, because, I mean, I really could have swung it the other way and be like, nah, dressed like Steve from Blue's Clues.
Yeah. No, this is an IT dude. You look like Michael Douglas from Falling Down.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So he comes in, and he's in the back counter, and he's one of those, like, really loud talkers, so the volume's carrying. And it's a kid, and the kid's like, whoa, this place is cloudy. And he doesn't know what's going on, so apparently...
I'm surprised they let the kid in the shop.
I don't know, dude. I was like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, it would have been better if it's funny that it's a little kid, but how... Would you judge him more if he brought a baby seat in, like a car seat, just like, hey, I need to get my vape. You should have a fucking sleeping baby.
Nah, that's where you just look at him and be like, man.
Sets him up on the counter.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish starts early. Preemptive Make-A-Wish.
Yeah. I don't know if he's got anything, but we're pretty sure he's going to get something.
Judging by where we take him, it's a high chance.
Yeah.
So... going through there, and the kid makes a comment about it's cloudy in there. And they get back, and he's going through, and he's looking at all these deals. And then what happens next created a future user of vapes.
Nice.
And that was not by smelling anything, but the mere question and answer. And that is, Dad, what are those for? Oh, this is so I can make my dragon breath. Kid's smoking tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. Why do parents lie to their kid? Like when you make up lies like that, it just instantly makes it so much cooler to do the bad thing you don't want them to do.
Yep.
You just made the horrible thing that you wish your kid wouldn't do now sound like a fairy tale thing.
That kid, what is like 6-7-year-old kid, I guarantee he's like sneaking that fucking rig off one day and like, guys, look, I'm a dragon. Roar!
Right. Oh, he's setting up his action figures and blowing smoke on them like, I breathe fire on you.
Fire and brimstone upon all these G.I. Joes.
You thought you could take out ISIS, but you can't take out a dragon. Cobra is now dragons.
I am Cobra, Twin Eyes Blue Dragon.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so that happened. I was like,
that is
cool.
Yeah. You know what bothers me about like vape shop people? I've been into a few vape shops.
That will never
day.
be as cool dads as that guy was.
Yeah, exactly. But first of all, I'll never be that cool ever. I don't have tattoos and I don't smoke brigs, Dude, what a hilarious lie though, that dragon's breath is what you now call vaping in front of your kids.
That was
Man.
I was like, man, that kid. Oof.
This is why our generation's garbage.
Well, he's that's his new way of identifying. I'm a dragon.
All right. I'm a dragon. But I hate going into vape shops. The same reason I don't like going to like craft breweries most of the time, or any like kind of craft bar, or you know what I mean?
Expand on that. Like what?
Like just like those bars with hipster, because vapes people are hipsters too. And
Okay.
those are the clientele. Like the vape dudes are like so fucking snooty about like the rigs. They're just as bad as computer people, like PC master race people,
Mm-hmm.
but except with not dab rigs, but those people are the
Those
same
those people would be kind of, those people are cooler.
There's a Venn diagram.
There is
where
a Venn
those
diagram,
overlap hard.
but what you just mentioned are far cooler.
Right. They'll teach you about God and how this is all fake. The Dabrig people.
They'll tell you they see where Satan really is.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're gonna go to an orgy after that. Anywho, no, but like they're just like so stuck up on like what their rig does and all that. They give you specs. I get really bummed out.
Specs on
like
a rig?
anytime. What? What'd you say?
Specs on a rig?
Yeah, like the specs on like what their smoking rig is.
The fuck? See, I've
Yeah,
never
dude.
even looked into any. I'm ignorant. I just know they got that stupid thing and they blow dragon smoke.
I've had friends forever who've been into vaping. So because they've gotten into it and like they want like better rigs, like for better battery, it's like getting a new phone. Like you know how me and you look at specs on phones or computer shit.
Mhm.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what they do, and I don't know why. I almost get like, I don't know why that obsession over something like anything like that bothers me. Whether it's beer, honestly, technology. Like when you and Jake start talking about computer components and stuff, I immediately zone out, and I kind of hate you guys for a little bit. I'm just like, you fucking, I hate you guys. Like, fucking stop being so fucking nerdy and knowing all this
The
shit.
fuck is a teraflop?
All right, I don't even like when like I play golf and you play golf. You don't want to hear somebody talk about their new clubs and the technology in them. Like, it's weird. I don't know why that bothers me. I don't want to hear specifics about that kind of stuff.
Now that you mention that, I would want to club someone to death if they started bringing me about their new clubs, man.
Yeah, see, the new tungsten grips and the new grooves actually apply 1.5 more rotations in the air per time. That's like, fuck, I don't give a shit, man.
See, your driver doesn't kick as much. Yeah, you hit it far, but you could go so much further because this new technology has a little more give and bounce.
Yeah, if you could played with this ball, you'd actually give it a little more touch around the greens,
Yeah.
but not sacrifice any distance in the air.
Well,
So fuck off.
Yeah, those people, the reason they mention that is because their balls aren't getting touched.
Right. I just can't stand the specific. Like, I know it's their hobby, but that's the problem.
I don't care
I think
about your
that's
hobby.
The problem.
That's the problem.
Like, I didn't ask you about your hobby. You're inserting it
So this
into
is
this
why
fucking conversation. And
this
I
is-
hate it.
this is why I hate fantasy football fucks.
Yeah.
I don't
100%.
care about your fantasy football team. I never have asked you about it. Just like right now, it is March Madness. I don't fucking care about your bracket. Yeah, your bracket's as shitty as everybody else's. Congratulations. It's busted? No
Right.
way.
Unless you're one game away from winning $1 million, I don't give a fuck about your bracket.
Yeah, unless you're one game away, tell me so I can rob your ass tomorrow, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, it's just that specific of stuff. I just can't deal with it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I have things I like. I'm not sitting here saying I don't have those things. I definitely do. But I try to, I live life trying not to burden other people with my bullshit. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I go out of my way to, not bother people. And I assume anything I talk about is bothering people. most of the
Yeah,
time.
I've recently started, because I'm terrible at it, not talking about me. So when
it's hard.
It's when you get in it, it's like trying not to talk about your experience in it to offer I don't know, a viewpoint.
Right.
And it's just like I find that I end up looking like a shy kid that's like, oh, So how'd you feel?
Well, that's the hard part is people get upset at you when you then turn a story around, but you're like, well, I'm trying to relate to you, and the only way I can know how to relate to you is by sharing the experience I've had that's similar.
Mm-hmm.
But they get upset that you do that, but it also means you're listening because you are looking for similarities in their thing. Where if you're just doing that, in my opinion, you're just doing the Oh, well, what'd you do next, or how'd you feel about that?
So
The problem is me and you came from a family. I've thought about this. I've actually tried to write bits about this, but it just doesn't go anywhere. But we came from a family where it was if you come to talk to us, right, and you share a story, especially if it's a story, that's again, Nathan, it comes back to servicing. We're just a family of servicers.
Yeah, dude.
We would come in our family.
You service me, I service you. We're all happy here.
It's the aristocrats.
In the dabba 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 yabba.
Yeah. But so like we would come with a problem, and if you in our family, if you brought a problem to the table, you were gonna get a solution. You're gonna go, well, here are your options, or here's an idea of what you can do to solve that problem. We didn't grow up in a family where it was we'll just listen to you vent. No, our family is all about, we'll listen to you explain the problem, and then I'm going to find you a solution so I don't ever have to hear this fucking problem again. Like, you're now, my problem is listening to your problem, and I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's how our family, so for us, like, that's why it's, like, I've done the same thing I've really been trying to work on, because that's a problem I've had in relationships, for sure, where it's just, and I'm doing it right now to you.
Well, no, and see, that's the thing. We do it all the time. And, like, okay, case in point, relationships, I've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, if you can pass all the red flag markers, guess what? I'll let my family divvy out and let me know their red flags. Like, I've put out the little notice out there. I'm like, you see any fucked up shit, let me know. It's that kind of stuff.
Right.
Same with, like, friends, all that stuff. But, like you said, a lot of those solutions are past life experience, and I went through it, so I can tell you how I fucked up on the way there, but then I'm like, don't do it the way I did, do it this way, because look what happens.
Right. Yeah, and that's the whole point, but it is, like, weird how, like, there's just a ton of people who really just want to tell you their problem, but never fix it.
Yeah.
They just want to live in the problem.
And those are the people, when they get offended by that, I feel like we should be able to step back and hand them a card to a fucking therapist and be like, pay them to do it then.
You're right. You're right, and that is the like hard part, yeah. Like, and I'll listen to people, but like I'm also be like, I've asked people straight up. I'm like, are you telling me this because you want my opinion or my advice, or are you just trying to tell me this to tell somebody? And I'm like, because tell me now, because that is going to dictate how I end up taking this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like I just because I don't have I don't want to deal with the awkwardness of giving them advice and then be like, well, I just wanted you to listen. I'm like, how am I supposed to know that?
Yeah, well, that's a problem. Nobody understands that. Hey, can you just listen to me for a little bit?
Yeah.
Like,
hey, man, can I tell
to...
you something?
Yeah.
I'm just like kind of fucked up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
it's
never
not
happens.
That hard. No, it doesn't.
No.
But it's weird. Yeah, but what made you prompt to start doing that more? Because, like, I do it just because, like, especially with comedy, like, I've noticed that, like, when you're hanging out at open mics or shows and stuff like
you
that, it's
have
very
to
easy.
listen,
though. You do.
Especially when you're trying
listen.
to do, like, crowd work, stuff like that. I mean, you got to be there.
Right. Well, I'm not even talking about that, but, like, I felt like sometimes, like, you can feel that when you're, like, hanging out back with other comics and stuff, like, who's paying attention or who's just waiting to get their fucking
word in,
their little thing in, like they're not even paying attention to what you're saying.
Oh.
To the point where they've repeated stories to me, and I'm just like, man, you never have listened to me, but you're just waiting for that moment to insert.
Those people are the worst at parties and in life.
I wait sometimes. You know, my favorite thing, I want to start betting people. Because I know the prompts now. It's like playing a video game. You know how you hit a combo?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know how to set someone up to get them to tell a certain story because I've heard it so many times. I was like, I just got to hit this, and there it is.
Gotcha.
I just know how to prompt it. It's so
like
funny.
Build up to their memory banks. It's like you're inserting a floppy disk to watch it spin.
Yeah, dude. They're like the Mortal Kombat games, like up, left, right. I can fucking. There's the combo.
Babality.
Now I have unlimited lives. Yeah, no, I haven't figured out babality yet. No, everybody still keeps their clothes on. I've just been slapped a couple times.
Okay. Well, yeah. The thing that prompted me though to go start doing it is just the dating scene in general.
Yeah.
Because to withhold information to have shit to talk about in the future, instead of spilling it out and trying to relate, I found it's vastly more useful in prolonging conversations, so on and so forth. Actually, the number one reason, builds intrigue because you're not just spilling everything, yammering on like nobody's fucking business. They're like, oh shit, this person's listening and showing actual interest. Because everything, for the majority of it, I'm just listening to this person talk. And it's funny because they get uncomfortable because they're not used to it. So they tell you
You're
shit.
right. So they keep going.
Last date I went on, the girl was telling me how, oh, well, I went through a lesbian phase and me and her best friends still, and and just kept going. I'm like, really?
Yeah, because most people can't sit in silence. Dude.
No.
Silence is death to most people. That's why I tell people, as I told you this all the
eating.
time. Yeah.
You couldn't take silence.
No, dude. Some people can't, dude. It's just like I've told you. If you want comics to stop telling you joke, don't heckle them. Don't yell at them. Just let it be dead silent. That's death.
Well, I guess that's obvious knowledge to us, but because if
Right.
you, that's how you talk to anybody, really. And
Right.
me and you, we build upon it. But
Right. Yeah, but like
It was crazy.
anytime somebody gets like saying shit that's weird and awkward, if you just shut up and stare at them, they feel so uncomfortable that they'll just stop, or they just try to dig themselves out and they just keep digging all the way to China, dude. They're just not going to get out of that hole.
my favorite thing to do break the tension once that's happened, because I did this on a date and just broke the person, is because I did quit talking. I was listening and just staring at them, and then they finally stopped talking for 10 seconds and look of like, what the fuck's going on? And after about 15, I waited an extra 5. I just went, draw.
Draw. That rules. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, she finally just stood there and stared at me for what felt
That's
like
hilarious,
forever.
though. That's so funny. That's a great way to do that. You're just having a Mexican standoff with your date.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That rules.
So
Yeah, but like you said, it's a good tactic for you when you're on dates, like, because like what's the one thing most, especially women, like, because we only date women, I can't speak for anybody else, but like the one thing you hear all the time is like, I just want a guy who listens. So if you just sat there and asked them questions that kind of relate to what they keep talking about, they're really intrigued, and then they realize when they get home they didn't learn a fucking thing about you, and then the next time
Yeah.
they ask you questions.
Yeah.
If you just prompt things and just keep like, oh, well, that reminds me of this, and just talk about your, like, then that's what's even more upsetting is like they don't ask you questions.
Yeah.
Because like you're not, like, you ask them questions almost as like, that's another annoying person. The person who asks a question gets an answer from somebody and then answer the question that they just asked. You know, like, well, yeah, well, I like this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not. So you're asking the question not to hear their answer. You're asking the question so you can answer it.
Yeah.
So you want them to genuinely ask the question. So that's why it's a good tactic. I mean, it's a good life skill in general to have.
Well, and the funny thing is, because out of all these dates, I've been whittling down the numbers. So,
Oh yeah.
in terms of how to respond, so far the best rate of success for like callbacks, if you remember every third fucking thing. It's like, hey, they could tell
Every
you
third thing.
third story specifically.
Oh.
So they're telling me story. I mean, that one girl that was telling me her life story. Fuck, dude, I got like 50. I remembered 6. I mean,
There you go.
and it was just like, boom, the next one's perfect. But you're a psychopath if you remember that whole fucking conversation. It's like
Yeah,
if you
that's
watch
insane.
what's that movie, Dinner with Andre or whatever.
I don't know what that is.
It's an old fucking movie, but it's literally just two people having dinner and having a conversation. We had to watch it for video film class in college.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't stay awake past 20 minutes. It's so fucking boring. But that's all
Right.
it is, just monologue them two talking at a diner.
Yeah, just no excitement whatsoever in their conversation.
Nope.
Ugh, that sounds terrible. How long was that movie?
Fucking like an hour and 20 minutes.
So some dickhead filmed people eating dinner, and that's what the movie was?
Yeah. It was the guy on Princess Diaries, the smart one.
Okay. Okay.
The guy that was like with Andre the Giant and stuff, the short dude.
Yeah.
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 That's who is the star of it.
Wow. What's the conflict in that movie?
I don't even remember, dude. I only watched 20 minutes, fell asleep, got Spark Notes, and got an A on the paper.
There you go. That's all you
It's
need.
like,
That's what's great about those papers. That's why me and you were better in college than we were in high school. Because in high school, there were actual real answers, whereas in college, everything was papers, and we could bullshit our way through everything. Me and you are almost professional bullshitters.
Yeah. Dude, we could be great salesmen if we really wanted to, but
Dude, I was a good salesman, and then I realized how fucking soul-sucking that is, and I didn't want to do it. I could go sell anything right now if I really wanted to, but I don't want to do that at all. You know how many times moms tried to tell me, you should get a sales job? I'm like, I don't want to deal with people at all.
Oh, dude. Start opening up your act like you're Billy Mays.
Yeah. Wade Taylor here with another fantastic joke.
It's just like, that would actually be perfect just for the silence of the crowd. Like, what the fuck did we go to?
Oh, yeah, dude. No, I'm going to start doing that, actually. I'm going to, tonight at the open mic, I'm just going to go, Wade Taylor here with another fantastic set. And just go into my jokes and be like, have nobody, like, even, like, not even address it. Like, after that, just like,
that's my kind of humor,
dude.
though.
Yeah, dude. Well, sometimes
awkward.
it's fun to just throw a fucking wrench in there. I don't give a shit.
That's why
I'm about to wear a sweatpants combo to a mic, dude. I don't give a shit.
What was that?
Mics.
It was when we were in Milwaukee. That dude that went up, nobody's laughing. He's saying his jokes. I'm the only soul dying because he's making it so awkward. He's just hitting me perfectly because I'm like, you just make it weird, and I'm dying.
Yeah, which is like, it's not really, what sucks about that is that's a thing that happens at open mics all the time, which gives people false confidence.
Oh,
yeah, like, even if he did mean to do it that way, right, which some people do, they obviously, like, purposely try to make it awkward, like an Eric Andre kind of, like, style of humor, but, like, people laugh at the open mic, especially comics, because it's not actually stand-up.
Try to build their set around that shit.
Yeah, they build their set. And I fucking, like, it's not real real stand-up anyway. It's comedy. It can be comedy, but it's not stand-up comedy. And that's when those people, like, they go, why am I not getting booked on stuff? It's because when you do a real show, you fucking eat shit because normal people didn't come to see that.
Yeah. I'm like the weird barometer. If you can get me to start, like, damn near wheezing, you're fucking bombing, buddy.
Like, yeah, you're bombing, dude.
I'm the wrong person to be dying.
Right, exactly. I should bring you around to open mics and be like, just the show bookers to see, be like, if he's laughing, they're bombing.
Yeah, the funniest shit. Good. Yeah, like the funniest comedy stand-up. I'll do the like. I won't fucking be doubling over.
Right,
like Schultz.
It's hard, dude.
You never saw me like bah! And slapping my knee or anything.
But it was a great show.
It was. It was a fucking fantastic.
Yeah, but it's you weren't knee slapping at all. I think he got me pretty good a couple times. But like you were just like,
he had some high heat fastballs. It was a great fucking show.
Right.
But you got to be awkward and fucking broken to get me to double over anymore.
Right. Yeah, you want to see a train wreck.
I want to see a train wreck.
That's what the military did to you, man. They ruined your brain.
They did. I want to see a train wreck. Maybe murder somebody, and I'm like, he ruined his life. Just like, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. You know where you can't find all the train wrecks ever, Nathan?
Oh, dude, we only have actual comedy on punandgame.com. Check that out.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, Monday through Friday, hot content for your ear holes. But you know what? Before you even go there, head on over to Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube. Check out all the clips of this show. Not worth the time. Check out that dude's special, Wild Horses. Come on back over to punandgame.com. Check out our extensive catalog. We got all sorts of stuff, a whole gang from our network. You can check them all out on the website. Then, while you are there watching videos, listening to audio, get some new clothes.
Check out the Pun and Game shop, where you can find yourself hoodies, t-shirts, all sorts of favorite things to support your favorite podcasts here on punandgame.com. And don't forget to use promo code WGAF. That's promo code WGAF. That gets you free shipping at checkout. Get it now or else.
Dad, why does the dragon always blow so much smoke after Mom prays to God? We're out. Bye.
This conversation's about me.
Who is him?